Hello, entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year that's tied to your 25-year vision and 5 year moonshot. I do it through weekly sprints and 90-day leaps. This is the Pioneers Academy podcast, and I'm on a mission to make a million pioneers. And I thought this podcast channel will help you achieve your 3 year goal and jump to the next level. I'm going to be showing lots of training and lots of great episodes. So join on this podcast and get all the training and resources you need to achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year and make yourself a pioneer. I wrote 13 books, Becoming a Pioneer, and you can get all those 13 books on Amazon. We're going to give away to every listener who listens on this podcast a $100 Amazon gift card so you can get all the books and learn how to become a pioneer.
Have you ever thought about how powerful a simple thank you can be? In business, we often pour our time and money into lead generation, social media ads, and promotions. But what if one of the strongest growth strategies is something most entrepreneurs completely overlook? Welcome to today's episode. Welcome, everyone. We're talking about customer appreciation events and how they can become a secret weapon to help you grow faster, deepen loyalty, and even hit your 3 year business goals in just 1 year. And joining me today is the incredible Bimal Shah, the founder of Rochport Achievers, the creator of the Pioneers Academy, and the author of the Pioneers book series. Bimal has helped entrepreneurs all over the world achieve next level growth, and here's to share how appreciation can be turned into action. Bimal, welcome back to the show, and I can't wait to dig into this with you.
Me too. It turns about, how you can turn appreciation into raving fans and how raving fans can bring other raving fans. So really excited to talk about today's topic. Something as simple as that many businesses, overlook and could generate really good long-term leads.
Bimal, that is why I'm so excited to discuss this with you. So, without further ado, let's start with this, Bimal. Why are customers' appreciation events one of the most overlooked yet powerful tools for transforming satisfied clients into raving fans?
So one of the thing I think people think that organizing an event would take, space, time, money, organization, and it's much easier to just, keep on chasing new clients or making new clients or asking for referrals or we get into our daily routine and we overlook this aspect that, a simple event as a customer appreciation event where you bring together your community, you build a community with your customers could generate more customers and long-term customers that could give you so much more retention and you're leveraging your after unit which is your own customer base instead of chasing and making new and new and new customers. So this is one of the most overlooked factors is leveraging your own customer base and bringing them to a customer appreciation event. And it's actually not that difficult to organize a customer appreciation event. It's fairly simple in today's technology and today's world. You could simply put an event, send the invitations out, people show up, they bring a friend and you could make a lot of money. So this is sometimes it's all in our head and we make things in our head. We make up assumptions that this would be better or this wouldn't work. Unless and until you have tried it, you don't know if it's going to work. So this is one of the main reasons why businesses overlook.
Exactly, Bimal. And I think so many business owners get caught up in finding new clients when the real goal is in nurturing the ones they already have. And this appreciation will build trust, and trust builds advocacy also. So I think it's a ripple effect that keeps paying off after the event, I believe. So thank you for that. Now, when an entrepreneur decides to host their first appreciation event, what planning steps should they take to make sure it's really memorable and stands out in a crowded market?
So one of the things that, planning steps is first of all, you appreciate and you thank you and you give something of value. And then it's like, hey, here's a gift for you to come and attend. And if you bring a friend, the friend will also get that gift or something. So you offer something to your customers, you offer something of value to your customers, and then that brings them to the event. So when I was talking, when you were talking earlier about generating new leads, these customer appreciation events can actually generate new leads because these customers can bring other customers like themselves to the event. And so raving fans attract raving fans. So if you have raving fans as clients, then you bring them to the event and ask them to bring their friends, and you offer something to both of them. So say if you bring a friend, you and your friend both get this, so this is, and if you're doing a restaurant event, you could do a customer appreciation event. If you own a restaurant, you could do that, as a welcome, and it could be a great thing for people to come and have a good time and bring their friends and generate, a lot more leads and referrals. So this is simple steps is, first of all, just lay out an event. Where do you want to do? And we have a great tool. If you go to that link in the show notes today, raving fans events, bit.ly/raving fans events, you will be able to just structure and build up your own event. I made it so easy for you. Just click that link and you would be able to do it. Now once you have, the framework set up through that link, you can just set up this whole thing. Today we have platforms like Eventbrite or some other places, including your own website. You can easily set up an event. It's not that difficult. You can just put it out there, set it up. It's all done. You send the invitations, people show up, you follow through calls, emails, SMS, social media, and then you keep on doing it. And once you build the automation, you can just repeat it. You don't even have to do it. Click a button and it runs for another customer appreciation. Then you can do, instead of one, you could do six a year, or you could do 12 a year, or you could do three, whatever suits you. And this way you can have a system of generating new leads, through your own unit. And you can see how much marketing dollars you'd be saving, because you're not, if you're doing at your own place, at your own office, and it's just very little investment in your part, and you're generating new clients. So it's as simple as that.
Sounds very achievable, Bimal, with this system. So thank you. And I love that, especially the focus on being intentional with the experience for the customers. I think when you plan with purpose, it becomes more than just another event. It will become memorable for them, and the customers remember something that reinforces why they choose this company or these services in this specific company in the first place. Thank you about that. Now, how can business owners personalize their customer appreciation events so they build deeper relationships and go beyond basic retention to through loyalty?
Loyalty is built through testimonials. So, if you want to build that customization, let the customer share their own personal experience of working that. And what better way for existing raving fans to share their experiences in person, talk about it in person, show the place. And, I have had, when I did these events in my office, I had my raving fans actually talk about my team and introduce, and they would do all the work. I didn't have to do any of the selling part. And so this is something that you can make it happen where, your customers act as your raving fans, and they talk about the great things that they have experienced. They talk about their experiences with your team members, with the products or services you have offered. And they talk about it a lot more because they have firsthand experience, and they appreciate being appreciated. Everyone loves, that when you appreciate that person, they appreciate much, and they appreciate that you have appreciated them and doing something for them as a value add, and they would pass that on to people they're bringing and friends and other family. And this way, they also are lifetime customers. So if you have lifetime customers bringing, they would immediately, instead of having to build a relationship over time, you build that lifetime relationship in one event. That's the magic of doing event, and having raving fans at your event.
That's a great point, and it's so easy to overlook the power of personal touches, like recognizing the customer's milestone, celebrating their wins, or yeah, making them feel genuinely valued. Because those gestures makes customer feel like a part of this community, not just being a client listed. So now you often also teach entrepreneurs how to reach their 3 year goals in just 1 year. How do customer appreciation events fit into that bigger picture of accelerated business growth?
So, let's say you do an event and you are inviting, you have a target goal of it, bringing in. So once you know some of the people you're bringing in, you can actually spotlight their stories, their journey, and make it fun and exciting. And I have seen that, some of the real estate brokerage offices here and all that, they even do some really good fun events, like an entire movie theater would be booked for existing customers for the favorite movie, and they enjoy and bring your friend and bring tickets for you and your friend, and events and things like that. So these are the events where people appreciate, people want to have fun, people, fun is on their agenda. So having fun and making money is a great thing. So do that, make sure that you celebrate your customer's journey, and when your customers friends or other people that are present in the room that are not your customers, they see and experience the journey, and the customers are right there, the raving fans are right there, and they are excited and thoughtful, and they see the whole transformation. You built another raving fan right then and there. That's a great way to build your lifetime customers, and it takes a lot less money, a lot less time, and you're leveraging your own after unit. It's like I often have a saying: the grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it and you fertilize it.
Love that, meanwhile, and that's so true. When customers feel invested in your success or within this company, receiving the right service they wanted, they naturally help amplify your message, which also speeds up the momentum. And I think it's really an appreciation with a real ROI, right? So, also, you talk a lot about the power of stories and recognition. How can entrepreneurs use storytelling or customer spotlights during events to make guests feel valued and excited to share your business with others? Let's just highlight this, even if you mentioned it a while ago.
So storytelling is the most powerful thing. And, I often say that sell the journey, not the destination, because the journey itself is the destination. People are more interested in your journey than they are interested in the destination, because you view the destination or the end goal as just the end. But the journey itself brings so many other insights and opens so many other doors in the customer's minds that you can leverage that for your business. So storytelling can have a very powerful effect, and you make sure you have time set aside for sharing the journey, and you spend the time to build that journey of a customer in a video or something that you can show in your customer appreciation events. Now, when you talk about ROI, I have a tool in the show notes below, the marketing scorecard. You can actually score your marketing dollars and see how much you're spending to acquire new customers, and see how much it will take to acquire a lifetime customer through one event. And if you compare that from a cost and revenue standpoint, you will say that you're spending a lot less and you're making a lot more, because you'd be spending a lot more marketing dollars to build lifetime customers, because the customers, you would have to, once they spend money, you would have to spend more money for them to become more purchase and do lifetime spending. So over here, you have built that entire journey. They've been sold on the whole journey. They want in for the whole thing. You're selling the whole Titanic, you're not selling pieces of it. So you can actually build a great relationship, and you can compare the ROI. So click on the link below, the marketing scorecard, and you can actually score your marketing and score how you're spending your dollars, and see if one customer event can be a game changer. And then once it's a game changer for one, you can repeat it, however often you want it.
That's such a powerful idea, Bimal. And yes, I agree that people love to feel seen and appreciated. So, yeah, about their stories, I think that will become the voice for other customers, attracting prospects to also become encouragement for them to go for themselves, to check it for themselves. So I really appreciate that idea. Now, for business owners working with smaller budgets, what are some creative or cost-effective ways to host impactful appreciation events, especially if they're virtual or hybrid?
So the most, cost-effective way is, first of all, if your budget is tight, then you need to know who your ideal prospect is. Okay, so we have a link bit.ly/, 5-star prospects. You click on the show notes below. It's even in the marketing scorecard. It will ask you a few questions, and we'll be able to know, who your let's say you name your prospect Jerry. So we'll know your dream come true, Jerry, and I'll build you a list of Jerrys. Now, once we have this list, let's you start with a small sample list of 1,000. Okay, so you start with a list of 1,000 and you target those 1,000 and you bring those 1,000, you reach out to them to come to an event, even though they're not your customers, to talk to your customers who are raving fans and say that, experience firsthand how our customers feel, no cost to you, no pressure, no strings attached. And then they come and experience, they build a community, they build friends, they make connections, and you do business. So, that is one of the most cost-effective ways to start if you're in a limited budget. Click on the show notes below and you'll get started.
Thank you, Bimal. And this is so encouraging. So I highly appreciate the tools and systems you're building for our entrepreneurs right there listening. And please do check the links attached in our show notes, guys, because I think this is really powerful and proven and tested with a lot of clients. I believe Bimal handles. So thank you for that, Bimal. And after hosting an event, what should business owners be tracking to measure the success? What kind of feedback or metrics will help improve the future appreciation strategies?
So this is where, platforms play a big role. So there are many platforms like, you have Salesforce, you have Zoho, you have Keep, you have, on cloud. So there's all kinds of different platforms. So these platforms allow you to track the metrics of sales, touch points, what they did, and who's referred to who, and what they're starting off, and what is the total potential, and whether they have reached their lifetime value, annual value, or initial value, the three most important values I talk about more majority of the time. You can track those in these platforms, and it makes it easy for you to track. Now, if people who are extremely tight and can't afford a platform or a monthly subscription fee, we can build this out for you. If you use the show notes below on the marketing scorecard, we can build this out for you on a Google spreadsheet. Okay, so you can have a live interaction of all the metrics that you need, and you can track, with your customers and all of that, and we can build it out, and you'll be able to track it. So regardless of whether you're on tight or, you have the resources to get a platform, either way it will work.
Really practical, Bimal. And I believe that measuring impact helps turn a one-time event into a repeatable system. So with this systems you build, it will really help them track and monitor for them to make it even greater the next event they would be doing. So thank you. Now, out of your 13 book Pioneer series, which ones would you recommend for our listeners who want to dive deeper into building these types of relationship-based growth strategies?
So book number 5 really dives deep into customer relationships, in customer events, and all of those, and your ideal prospect. And then book number 8 and 9 go into deeper things about building these systems in place. And then books 1 through 13 is a systematic system from beginning to end to achieve a 3-year goal in 1 year. Each one has 1 week, and yeah, I'm giving you $100 Amazon gift card to get all the books, so you don't have to really worry about which book to get, or how much money and all of that. There's $100 Amazon gift card to get all the books. So just utilize that Amazon gift card and get all the books and, utilize the resources to get to your 3-year goal in 1 year and start with the customer events. Start with, utilize the links in the show notes to build your customer event and achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year. And
Bimal, and I'll make sure that our listeners will have all those links in the show notes. Thank you also for your amazing bonus for the $100 Amazon gift card for them. And yeah, what a powerful discussion today. I think today's episode really shows that appreciation is so much more than a nice gesture. It's really a strategy for next level of growth. Thank you, Bimal.
thank you very much for having here and make yourself a pioneer. Hello, pioneers and entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year that is tied to your 25-year vision and 5-year moonshot. I do it through 90-day leaps and weekly sprints and through my own proprietary 4-leap system. I've also written 13 books, the Becoming a Pioneer series. I've founded the Pioneers Academy, the Pioneers platform, and several resources that help you on several different platforms, the Thrive platform, Transform platform, and Transcend platform. So these are resources and tools that I built for you to double your business in a year and scale exponentially and become the only one in your business.